Hello everyone, thank you for joining our free online lesson. My name is Nabi Fikri, an application engineer from AutoCAD Systems. For today's free online lesson, I would like to share with you about how to make a custom symbol for AutoCAD Electrical. So the following will be our agenda for today. So first of all, we're going to create a custom title block first. And then we're going to proceed to create symbols. And these custom symbols we will add electrical attribute as well as for wire connection sites. And then we're also going to save and add these symbols in a library. Right, so let me switch to the AutoCAD. Right, so I hope you can see my screen here. So first of all, we're going to create a custom data block first, right? So one of the reason why we want to create a custom data block is that the electrical data block has its own automations where if you put some information inside, it will automatically update into the data blocks. Right. So one example here, let's say if I create a new drawing from here. And for this case, let's say I'm using the electrical data block here. I'm just going to name this one as a sample. Then let's say I have this one sheet, let's say 001. The drawing will be, let's say, 001G, for example. So when I click OK, I believe this sample name here already exists. Let me just put two numbers here. And you see it will automatically update on our information over here. So this is the number that I input 001G, 001 out of 017s. If I have some descriptions for this electrical project, right? So for example, let's say I change from the description here. I'm going to name this one as in AutoCAD E, for example. So okay, then you see really still E. Another thing is maybe I would like to change it into 0 to 1, for example. So I can also find back these properties here. I'm going to change it into 0 to 1. And to update it, I can go into the to this title block, and then I can select title block update from here. Right, so from the project title block updates. So I'm going to update this one, which is the first one that I changed into AutoCAD E. I also changed the sheet number. This one will be should be down here, which is the drawing value from here. Right, so I can select for active drawing. Then you should be able to see, oops, this one maybe I select a different one. We just go back again. I believe this one should be sheet number. Right, so now it's updated. So how to create your own data block with this automation? So first of all, I already has a data block created. Right, so one of the things that you need to do is make sure your data block name here will be the same when you create a block, right, for this particular data block. Right, so right now I'm going to copy the name first because I'm going to use this name later on. Then I'm going to open this data block. So currently I have created this data block here. And what I would like to do next is that I would like to add that automations inside of this attribute, right? So you can add attributes inside over here. So to add it, you can add ATT for attribute definitions. Then I'm going to add a title at the top here. So let's say title 1, oops, 1. And I'm going to put somewhere around here. I'm going to create another one. This one, just rename it title number 2. So I already have some of this already created. So right now, let's say I want to proceed to generate this into electrical data block. So first of all, you need to make sure this drawing is converted into electrical properties. So to do that, you can go to schematic and then just click at this drawing properties from here, and then it will ask you to convert. So just click OK. So when this drawing properties pop up, so it's already become electrical, right? So it's started into electrical. So the next thing that I need to do next is to link the attribute into electrical attribute using the title block setup at the top from here. So I can click at the title block setup from here. So you can select any of the setting from here. But for this case, I'm just going to select the project-wide specific link. Click OK. So if you already created, you can override or edit. So for this case, I'm just going to override and enter the not block name. So it should be the same name that you currently have. So you also can click active drawing, so it will automatically fill in this this name over here. So click OK. Now I already create title 1, title 2, and some of this. So I just need to fill in the attribute from here. So title 1 will be this title 1 that I create. Title 2 will be this title 2 attribute that I create before. I don't create the title for number 3, so I don't have it. Next thing is I also would like to add engineer and also check by, which is down here. Engineer, check by. So this one is basically for the project one. So for the drawing value, you can click at the drawing value from here. So to switch back, you can just click back again at the project value from here. So for this case, drawing, so I'm going to select drawing, sheet number, and also for the sheet maximum. So I believe that is all. So once done, I can click OK. So all of this attribute has been linked. So the next thing that I need to do is to convert this into a block, right? So you need to convert it into block. So to do that, I can just type in BLOCK for block, enter, and then the name should be the same. You need to make sure the name is the same. So I already copy. Right, so this will be the name of my drawing here. Pick the point. So for this case, I'm just going to click anywhere and select the object, which is all of this. Press enter and click OK. So last thing that I need to do is to save this as a template. So I can go into the save as drawing template, and then I'm going to name this exactly how it is. Then if I try and test this one, let's say if I create a new drawing from here, I can now find the templates that I create before. So let me see from here. Okay, so it should be this one. Sample 3, for example, let's say sheet. I'm going to put this one as, let's say, 200, for example, 201. A drawing is, let's say, 2G, for example, right? Or 2A. So when I click OK, and it will ask you to apply the value. So I'm going to click yes. So I'm going to create this one, and then you see it's automatically updated inside over here. Right, so again, I can just go back and edit some of the value, and to update it, I can just use this title block update. Now, for the next session is to create our custom symbol. So I believe I accidentally closed that sample. Let me just reopen back. Now, let's say I would like to add a symbol something like this, or somewhere slightly different. So to do that, I can just draw first. Let's say this would be the symbols that I want to create. Let me just turn off the slide first. So this will be my symbol, and just to make it slightly unique, I'm just going to add something inside over here. Right, so now to make it a symbol, you can go to the schematic, and over here we have the symbol builder that you can select from. Just click at the symbol builder from here, And over here, you can specify what type of a name, but for this case, I'm just going to leave it unnamed first. As always, select the object that you require, select the specific points, and over here is the library path. So for my case here, I will save my library at the NFPA. So if you require different library, you can just browse and select different libraries from here. But for my case, I'm just going to set as NFPA. The symbol type for my case will be horizontal parents. So if your child, or maybe this one is not a schematic one, maybe it's a panel. So you can just select panel footprint from here, but I'm just going to leave it as horizontal parent. The type, I'm just going to leave this one as a generic as well. And then I can just click OK. Now, from here, I can start to add some of the electrical attributes, and also the wire connection. So to do that, we don't need the authorizing palette over here. So let me just close this one. But what do we need is the symbol builder attribute here, right? Which is this one, right? So if you don't see it, you can find at the top here, symbol builder tab, just turn on the palette visibility toggle from here. And from here, just going to put somewhere on the right side here. And now we can start to add the attribute. So this is the attribute that I can put. Let's say the tag here, I can just put, let's say, to edit the tag, I can also clear the properties from here. Right, maybe I put it the values, yes, for example. So if I need to change the size, I can just change the value from here. Let's say 0.09, for example, and so on. So you click OK. So I have this tag value inside. So to add it, I can just click at the insert attribute from here, and I can just put somewhere on here. Right, so to add some more, you can just click again. Right, so then you can just continue to add. So if you require to add multiple at the same time, you can also just select everything and then insert attribute. So it will add multiple attribute at the same time. So let me just add a bit some more. Right, so let's say that is the attribute that I would like to input. So the next thing is I would like to add the wire connection. So let me just move this one down a bit. So I would like to put a wire connection, which is come from the left side here, and then it will move out from the right side from here. So to do that, I can go to the downward here. Let me just turn off the optionals. So here we have the wire connections. So you can just select from here. Maybe you want wire come from the left, right? So once you select, you can just insert the wire. Then you can add from here. So if you would like to have a little bit more customization, so if I just click over here, you will not be able to see anything. But maybe I would like to select from the bottom here. So I can select bottom. And then I can add, say over here. Then I add another one, which is over here. Maybe I would like to add a symbol so that I can see it clearly. So you can just drop down from here, then you can select others. So I can select this, then you can specify the properties or the options for the wire connection. Maybe I would like to see a screw symbol, right? Then what are the connection that I would like to be, right? So it comes from the left. I also would like to enable connection from the top as well. So I can just drop down from here and I can select, let's say left and top, say left and top, right? Then I can just use these configurations. And then from here, I can input a value, or I can also input the value later on. But for down here, if I don't need it, I can just delete. Then I can insert, let's say I would like to insert somewhere around here. We just slightly inside. So I have this one, and then I would like to add another one. Then this time is come from the right side. So I will choose right and top. Then I can insert from the right side from here. So I have basically 4 wire connection from here. So if you go to the pin here, so this will be the list of the wire connection that you have added. So if you don't want, you can also delete from here. But I also would like to add some information from here. Let's say terminal 1 and 2, which will be plus minus. Right, so to number one, we'll say I'm going to put negative value. And number two will be positive value. And the three here will be L. And before here will be the N value that I will input. All right, so the Y connection has been added as well. So that is basically it. So lastly, just close the block editor, then you can save this one as a connector. So I'm not sure why the minus here is actually on the left side. So maybe I like to move this one slightly. Right, so now I can close the block editor. So the preview from here, you can see, again, symbol name, you can just specify from here. So I'll just leave it as a generic. And then we have the symbol name automatically created. So my advice here, just leave it the name over here, the HDV1 here as is. So if you want to edit somewhere, you can still edit, just don't delete this one. H is basically the horizontal that you have selected previously. The horizontal, if you pick vertical, it would put V over here. And then this DV here is basically the symbol name. So if I change to FU, then you see it will change to FU. So let me just change back to DV. And then this one here is basically child or parent. So one is basically parent. So if you pick horizontal child before, it will change into number 2. So now that's done. So I'm just going to pick a point. So the point will be somewhere around here for the insertion point. And the next thing is, let me just put some value here so that I can find it easily. Say this one is 01 F4L. And then I can click OK. So I want to insert the block. So I'm just going to click yes. And then it will ask me to select the position that I would like to input. Say put it somewhere around here, then you should be able to see now it's automatically added, right? And then automatically put the numbering for this one, right? Then if I were to change or edit this, and then you should be able to automatically edit as well. Now I have my symbols inside over here. So what if I would like to add it into my library, right? So for example, this icon menu over here. So I would like to add it into this one. One thing that you must make sure is that what type of library that you choose. For my case here will be NFPA. So if I have JS, so you can just change from the project settings from here. Right, so the schematic icon, so maybe I don't want NFPA, so I can browse to, let's say, JIS, for example. So if I open up my icon menu, so this one will be JS. So this is a different library. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as NFPA. So let me just change back to NFPA from here. So currently it's NFPA. Then to add it, then you can go to the icon menu wizard from here. Right, this one you can specify which is the library, right? So for my case, it should be the NFPA. So if you like to use a different one, right, different library that you want to save that, then you can just specifically just pick from here. So this one is correct already. So I'm just going to click OK. Then from here, you find this one quite similar, right? But we have an add from here, or you can also right click from here. So you can just directly add this symbol from here. But for my case, I would like to add a sub menu first, which is like this one. If I go here, we have more icon inside. So that is basically just a folder. So I'm going to add sub menu. Name this one. I'm just going to name this one as a custom. So if you like to add an image, you can also browse from here. For my case here, let me just browse. Let's say picture. You can also leave it if you don't want this. Let's say, this is the the symbol that I want, right? So I can click open. Okay, so I have this one, basically a folder, and then I can now add that that icon over here, right? That particular component. So I can click a component, browse, right? So this one is basically image. I don't want to browse that one. Block name, right? So browse. So I put this one as 01 FOL, which is this one. And I can click open. So I don't have image from here. So what I can do is that I can pick, right? I can basically pick the particular icon, and I can select active if I want to, but now you should be able to see the preview is actually shown over here. Then lastly, I'm just going to give it a name, right? So this one is basically just generate custom. Okay, then I now have a custom symbol right over here. Now, if I go back to my icon menu, so I can open this one and I can basically add this symbol inside. Now, if you like to do this for the footprints, so the idea is basically the same things. So you can create a symbol from here first, and then you can go into the symbol builder, right? Symbol builder, then you can specify this particular symbol, right? So for my case, will be panel footprint. And I click OK. Then I can just draw the symbol from here. Let's say I'm going to add a polygon. And then this one, let's say 0.8, for example. And then again, I don't require to have these authorizing palettes. So I can go back to the symbol builder from here. So most likely you don't need all of these attributes for the footprints, but you just need to have this tag only. So I'm just going to add a tag. We don't need a wire connection as well. So I can just click close block from here. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that you can also basically check your symbol, right? So if you don't find it from here, you can also go into the symbol builder panel. You have the symbol audit from here, right? So basically it's going to tell you what are the things that has been missing. But for this case, should not be a problem since we don't require all of this for the footprint. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And then once I close the block, so I can just click OK. Now I have this block created. Right? So the custom one has been created. You can also create for the footprints. And for the custom one, we also create another 2 wire connection from here. So if you want to test it, you can click at the wire. And then down here, you can select show connection. Then you should be able to see the connection for this symbol. Right? So let's say I add another symbol from here. Then I would like to have a wire connection. So I can just click anywhere, and then I can select the connection that I would like to connect from here. Right, so this one is top and right sides. Then we also have one from the bottom side. So that is basically how you create custom symbol using AutoCAD Electrical. So that is all from me. So thank you everyone for joining this free online lesson. So I hope this one is useful for you. And I hope I can see you guys again on our next free online lesson. And have a nice day. And bye-bye.